Hello, bonjour. How are you, everybody? We're starting in a new book. This book is from Hanna Karlzon and it's called Seasons. So let's get started. Now let's look at the first tray in the Prismacolor set of 24. So these are 12, the first tray, and they're for highlights. So what I'm going to do is take these three here and I'm going to use them as a highlight for my bird. So let's get these babies sharpened. I'm using the Doll 133. Ever since I've been using this sharpener, I love my Prismas. They don't break on me all the time like they used to with the other sharpener. That's pretty good, right? Yeah. That is quite good. Now, I don't put it on the sharpest because the sharpest would be too sharp for Prismacolors. Because this lead is soft, so you want the lead to be stronger by not sharpening too much. So we do have an adjustment on this sharpener, so we adjust that. When I go with my polychromos, then I go on the sharpest because polychromos have a very strong lead. So let's start with our lightest color. Let's zoom in first, right? So you can see a bit better what we're doing here. All right. Let's get this like this. Is that good? I think so, right? Okay. So, every little area here, I'm going to start by coloring with the 914 cream. After that, I'm going to go in with the 915 Lemon Yellow. A very cool colored, goes very well with blues and greens, all the cool colors. On the color wheel, violets. Okay. And then I'm going to go in with the 917 Sunburst Yellow, just at the top. There we go. I'm also going to be doing the tail, the feathers here. I'm going to start with the 917 at the top here, go down. There's going to be some shading over here. Let's see if they have a nice shading color in here. In the second tray. What's this one? Terracotta, and this one is warm gray. I'll take the terracotta. All right, so that's going to be the shading color. So let's see what that looks like here. My highlighting color. So that gives us quite a nice depth of color from the dark to the light. So I'm going to go ahead and sharpen the terracotta. Get a nice point there. All right. So we're going to make sure that the tip is dark enough. Here we're going underneath and over here as well. So I have to decide, yeah, I'm going to decide that the sun is coming this way. So this would actually be a lighter and this would be the darker. So let's erase that with our Derwent battery operated eraser. There we go. Okay. So we're back with our Sunburst. We're starting at the top here, going down. And with the terracotta, we will put our shading over here. And with the Sunburst, we're going to come down. Let's go in a little circle and try and blend a little bit of that terracotta. There we go. We have some here as well. And then with the lemon yellow, I think I'm gonna leave the lemon yellow out. And I'll try with the cream and see what happens. So if I blend everything with the cream and come out this way, how does that look? If I had some lemon yellow here, how would that look? Yeah, that looks good. Okay, so let's go in with the cream and just blend everything out. You see, in my coloring, I have not been using the cream very much. I always go with the white pencil, but with this set, I think I might end up starting to use the cream more often. So I'm going back, just making sure my colors are nice and vibrant. Terracotta, just to make sure there's a nice color here at the bottom here. There's shade right here. Okay, so that's looking good. That is very good. All right. Am I able to fit in some terracotta at the very top? Yeah, actually I am, so. And with the Sunburst, just blending it out just a tiny bit. that's fine. So that's what we are going to do. We're going to put some terracotta at the complete top. These are extremely small areas. And then we're going back in with the Sunburst Yellow 917. All right, so with the cream, I'm gonna stay at the lightest and just go up a little bit. I don't want to fade out the terracotta. I want that to stay nice and dark. Very pretty. So our feathers over here, we're going to start with the terracotta. Just mapping out the dark areas here. This is going to be dark because this feather is over this one. This is going to be dark because this feather is over this one. This feather is over these ones here, so that's dark. And then these ones we're just going to go underneath here because there actually would not be any shading necessarily, but maybe. So now with the Sunburst Yellow 917, some terracotta up here. That sunburst really shines. I can see why it's in the highlight set. It really pops. And then the lemon yellow. Go in circles. This might blend out a little bit better. And then with the cream, we'll just do the tip. So a little bit of white paper here. So we're still with the cream. Bring this down more. And with the cream, we'll color the tips. Okay, that is very vibrant. Okay, so I'm going to put you on speed coloring, and I will continue finishing these feathers here, and these over here, and here. All right, so let's get that going. Okay, I can see how this would make for a beautiful sunny reddish sky here. Definitely can see that. Yeah, okay, so that's giving me some ideas. Now let's go ahead. I took out from the shading the Peacock Green 907 from the second tray. I'm going to sharpen that. And I'm using the light green 920, which is in the tray above. So that's the highlight. And I've taken also for the Cobalt Turquoise 105, which was on the bottom tray for shading. All right, so let's start shading with the Peacock Green 907. So we're gonna come here, underneath here. Gonna come out. We know that here the feather is above. This feather is above this one. This feather is above this one. This feather is above this one. Okay, so now let's go in with our grass green 909. Let's bring that out. And the 920 for the light highlights. I'm going to bring out my blender. Now, this, I'm not sure that they go together. I'm going to have to think about that. With the 105 Cobalt Turquoise, I'm going to go ahead on the darkest area, which is up here. So let's go in with the Caran d'Ache. I might have to add one more color over that so that it'll fit in with the sunset yellow. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and have a look at the color cubes and see what green would go the best with our feathers over here. So let me do that and I will be back. Okay, so I pulled out a new color cube card, 128 from the first edition. And this card here has the terracotta, which we've already put down here. And it has the Sunburst yellow, the lemon yellow. So these are the blues that I'm going to go with. So this blue here is the 1086 Sky Blue Light. This blue is Electric Blue 1040. And for some shading, I took out the Indigo Blue 901. So let's get started. Here, let's erase what we have down here. So every colorist needs a good eraser because sometimes we try something and it just doesn't work out. So we are going to try a different color. So with the indigo blue for my shading, so I'm going to go in the darkest areas here, come down lighter. This feather is over this feather, so I'm going to make it darker here and darker under this feather. I'm going to come down lightly, lighter color. This feather is over this feather, so this feather is over this feather. So we have shading here, and we also have shading like all under these feathers here. So this feather's over this feather, so well, not much. It's almost the same, but yeah, there's no, this feather is slightly over. So I'm gonna put some shading there. So I put a light layer right beside the dark layer. Do we understand each other? This feather is over this feather, so we'll go hard with the indigo for the shading, and then we'll go out very lightly for blending. So I'm going dark for the shadow, and then I'm going out lightly for the transition area. My second color is Electric Blue 1040. So this is a highlight color from the set that I showed you earlier on. If you turn the pencil in your hand every once in a while, you won't have to sharpen as often. And we'll use the 1086 for our lightest area here and blending all the way up. All right, let's go back with the electric and just add some vibrancy here, because when we use the light color to blend everything, we lose some of the beautiful colors from Prisma. They're so bright. We want to keep that color in there. All right. So we have our trio here, the lightest, the middle, and the darkest. So I'm going to sharpen my indigo. So under these leaves with the indigo, leaves. Under the feathers, under this feather here, under these ones, on the top here. Under these feathers here. Just adding a little transition area here. Very lightly. Okay, with the electric blue, go down from the indigo, This is such a pretty color. Okay. We'll bring down some indigo over here. I don't know why the page moves around so much, but I see that behind this page I did a watercolor, and so the page kind of doesn't sit properly. Okay, there's some little jewels here. I'll go ahead and color those in solidly. heavier pressure with just the one color. I'll do the same with these ones. Okay, so with the lightest color, we blend everything together, 1086. So the bottom to the top, bottom to the top. So I'm going to want to add some more electric blue so that it's not as faded. And it's such a pretty blue. We definitely want to see it. You know, if I take this blue and just do the bottom and go in with the Caran d'Ache, let's see what the difference would be. So here I blended all of it. And here I'm going in with the Caran d'Ache. So my darks are staying much more vibrant. Trying to get more electric blue. I'm going to try sharpening it extremely sharp so that it might lay better on there, but I have to really like not press hard. Go back with the indigo and just go under the feathers just to make sure that it's nice and shaded. Indigo blue is a nice pencil to shade. It's pretty dark and it's a pretty color as well. see with the white if I can just fix up a couple of little areas there. Just the bottom here with the white. All right. We'll come back to it if ever we see that we need to for now, I think we can leave it like this. I'll just do the tips with the 1086. The Caran d'Ache, I'll start at the lightest. And then the darkest. We have a lot of electric blue. That's the blue that really makes me happy. It looks a lot like the non-photo blue. Okay. And this area here, well, because we had that previous color down, actually it doesn't look so bad. Gives it more color. I like it like that. It's very nice. All right, so we're going to use the indigo for the shades here underneath. Okay, I just noticed that there's a couple of feathers here that need to be colored. So with our indigo and with the electric blue, I'm just going to, the white that's left here, I'm just going to fill that up. because this electric blue is so pretty, I'm gonna do these little guys. We'll also be going in with the gold, our gold pen. As you can see right here, I have some new pens, and in this set is gold, silver, and white, and it says perfect for dark paper, gel impact uniball, bold vivid metallic gel ink. It's a 1 millimeter. So you can probably get these on Amazon. I'm pretty sure I've bought them on Amazon before. And this time I bought them at Michael's. Boxing Day was the day that I bought them because they were on special. Okay, so let's start. Oh, that's juicy. Very, very juicy. Okay, as it starts clogging up a little bit, I have to clean my pen. Let's start these pretty little flowers here, just so that I can get a better idea of what this is going to look like. This is 921 Pale Vermillion. So I'm starting at the bottom. I still have tooth left, which is so that I can come in with other colors as I adjust. Okay, for the shadow, I'll go in with the Terracotta 944. And go on the left side of each. Okay, oh, we have to go inside here. These, and then our next color, the 922 Poppy Red. Let's go inside and out a little bit further. I'm going to make sure that I have a little bit of the darkest red down at the bottom here. I'm going in heavy-handed just to make sure that this doesn't have any tooth at the bottom here. Okay, now I'm going in with the 102 Yellowed Orange. So where I left a transition area here. Then with the lightest, the 917 Sunburst Yellow, a little bit higher and over the rest. I won't have any more tooth left. I'm leaving just a tiny bit of white at the end of the petal. I'm going heavy-handed now. Taking out all of the tooth down here, going back upwards. we'll do the top with what should I use, the white? Yeah, I'll just go in with the white at the top here and blend that. Alright, I'm going to go back in with the Poppy Red 922. Make sure this is nice and vibrant. I can go up unevenly, right? So this is a little bit higher than this area is a little bit higher than this area, like a real flower would be uneven. Let's bring out the 942 yellow ochre. I'm gonna have to sharpen this. And color in these little color in where I put the terracotta, so there's no more tooth. All right, let's get the gold pen. And go ahead, go where there's dots. All right. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and do the outline of the flower with the brand new gold. It just flows so nicely. I have to use it. There. going to go ahead and do the lines of these. Might as well go around here. All right.
So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. This is the end of part 1, so we'll see you for part 2. Thank you. Bye bye.
All right, let's start another combo here. We're going to go with the 208 Indanthrone blue, and we're going to start doing this branch, which in my world is my favorite combo. That starts with the Indanthrone blue. So I start by coloring the top areas. Then I go in with the Cerulean blue 103. I'm going medium pressure. You can probably hear the washer. And now I'm going in with a non-photo blue 919. Blending that out. I'm going to do the bottom here. I'm going back to the 208 Indanthrone blue. There's going to be shade on the left side here of our ring, key ring with the ribbon, and on the left side of the bird. I'll go back in with the non-photo blue to blend all of that. And then with the fourth color, the 1023 Cloud Blue. Let's go back with the non-photo over our cloud blue. Let's go back with the Cerulean blue 103. And more blending with the non-photo blue. Just keep going till you get the blend that you're looking for. So I'm going to come back with the darkest color here. Then with the Cerulean blue. the non-photo blue. This is one of my favorite, just one of my favorite, but it's one of my favorite. So this combination is absolutely dreamy. So with the cloud blue, I'm going to blend that in here, getting some of that color down. When I go in circles like this, the color comes down, it mixes. Back in with the Cerulean because I want to make sure that my cloud blue did not take away the pigment that we get. That blue that just pops a non-photo. Because I find that when we go in with the sky blue, it does kind of fade our color when we go on top of the non-photo with the cloud blue. So I like that cloud blue because it helps to blend everything and in giving us a gradient as well, you know. So you just keep going back with your colors till you're satisfied with what you have. Okay, so we're going to continue here. So our background music is our washer. Maybe some people like that. Maybe we're discovering a new way of coloring, listening to our clothes being washed. So now I'm with the Cerulean blue. Let's see if I'm still in view. And I am. Okay, so I can actually come right down to here. And I'm still in view. So that's good. Okay, Cerulean blue. So if I do my shaded areas, this would be a shaded area here, going from that side. This little jewel here would be creating some shading. This flower here would be creating shade. This flower right here. And because we want this to be even, we're going to go ahead and do the same thing from here to here. From there to here as well. Now we're going to try and do more or less. I'm not going to be following the exact process of shading on this one. I'm going to go more with aesthetically what pleases me. So here I know I want this Indanthrone blue to be next to the flower. So that's why I'm going on this side here. And then after that, I can go ahead on the other side if I wish. So it depends, everything depends on what's beside it. But I do know that I want some Indanthrone blue on this side because it's closer to the flowers. So I might, when I edit this video, okay, this will be dark right underneath here. When I edit this video, I might go ahead and put a bit of background music just for this part while the washer's going at it. I don't want to close the washer because I'll forget. The day will go by and all the wet stuff inside will have been forgotten. Okay, now I was out of camera there. Now with the Cerulean Blue 103. Okay, coming along. Non-photo blue, the 919. The lightest is the 1023 at this edge. And what's left over here. It blends very well in the sense that it's getting rid of the tooth when I go over all of the Indanthrone color here. And okay, so I'm gonna put the rest on speed coloring.
Hello, please subscribe and hit that thumbs up. And we'll see you in part 2. Thank you and have a good day.